yeah, news like it's Biden's bumbling big boy press conference, and we're going to cover that a lot today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Look, I know it's been a difficult week. I've had the entire city of Houston is down, but somehow still we're broadcasting here. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. This is Dave. He's back from his training of secret stuff or whatever. And we are your internet dads. This is the Internet Dad Show.
Church camp.
Church camp. Secret church camp trainings.
Yeah,
yep.
That's what it is.
Top secret. I've been reading a book, guys, and it's I think I'm gonna grab it in a second. Anyway, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share the show with your friends. We are live on rumble.com/internetdads and youtube.com/@internetdads. And we meet here Monday through Friday. We drink coffee. We talk about the news. We tell dad jokes. Sometimes you see my kids. It's great. Throw some stuff in the chat. If you have something to say about Joe Biden's amazing performance yesterday that settled the minds and nerves of all the Democrats out there that have been trembling that perhaps the crazy Republicans were right and that he'd lost his mind. But oh no, Joe Biden can handle a big boy press conference. So, morning, guys. How are you? Hey, Dave, how you been?
Hey, I'm going to drop out for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
How are you, man? You're just like
well, I've been working from home because my office has no power. So,
I will be in
my
Dallas.
kids alive.
I will be in Dallas for 3 hours on Thursday.
Oh yeah. I don't know where to recommend for you to go. I guess you're going to be in layover on in Dallas. Let's see, that's DFW Airport probably is where you're at.
Yeah, you say so.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention. I just go.
Yes, sir. Texas. Hey, did you hear us talking about the Sunbelt Republic yesterday?
I did not.
No, probably not. You did not. Well, maybe we'll touch on that again later today because I thought that was a great idea. What? You got something? Oh, you got the press conference there for Joe Biden?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear that.
Crap! I was trying to.
Yeah, cat just ran right along.
I think we should get this out. Get this put together over a video and put it out as a meme on Twitter.
Well, I had to edit it. I was sitting there watching it, trying not to have to listen, but I forgot that I was on. I had just muted the site that I was back on. That's my bad.
Okay, so the president of Russia, perhaps Putin. No, not president of Russia. The president of Ukraine, perhaps Putin, was in the United States yesterday for a NATO summit, and President Biden scheduled an opportunity to have a big press conference, big boy press conference. It was talked up by Karine Jean-Pierre. She said that Biden was going to have hey, he had one bad night on the debate. It happens, and we're gonna prove to you all that he's as sharp as ever. That Joe Biden is in total control of his faculties. He is, in fact, the president of the United States in mind, body, spirit, and soul. And after as they go to negotiate his foreign policy with NATO people or whatever, and give a lot of money to Zelensky, he's going to also have a press conference. He's going to field questions from the journalists. They're totally not going to be pre-scripted questions like may have happened on the radio. Nor is this going to be an edited press conference like happened in Milwaukee. No, in fact, this will be for real, for live, for sure. So we have some clips from this event yesterday. Now, listen, the whole thing was like an hour or something. And he was 45 minutes late, but that happens. You get to be a certain age, and
if the concert starts at 7:00, it's not starting at 7:00.
For sure, never.
It's just not.
If you're a real star, you keep them waiting. You keep them wanting more. So here we go. The president of the United States. Let's see what he has to say at this NATO summit. I'm very excited for you guys to see this for the first time.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. And now I want to hand it over to the
Oh, that's a short clip. You put a short one in there. So he went on to say, "Oh no, Putin, no, not Putin, Zelensky." I was thinking about Putin because we're trying
he's going to beat Putin or something like that. So okay, brain flub, but
yeah,
this is brain flub number 9,624.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
If the brain is made entirely of flubs, is it still a brain? So here we have the same thing on scanner.com. Let's see if it's a little bit longer here. This is from Disclosed TV.
The president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin.
Yeah.
He's going to beat President Putin.
Yeah.
Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it.
Sure.
Anyway.
Sure you are, Joe.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, being logical here, because I hate the man, but you got to be logical, okay?
All right, sure.
We're older. He is older. He's double our age almost.
Yeah.
So I'm already having the Ashley, can you hand me the and she'll go, bread? And I'm like, yeah, bread. Hand me the bread. All right.
Yeah.
I understand it. And the amount of time before he caught his flub.
Yeah.
Okay. This was not like old man Joe Biden, that's talking to the person in the earpiece. Have you seen those videos? I've got one of those coming up.
I have not yet, but what if somebody had said, no, Putin, not Putin, not.
But he
Putin.
caught himself about a second after. So I'm just trying to be logical. I don't want to be one of these, I'm one-sided, that's all I see. I'm trying to be logical. He caught himself, he comes back, and he retorts, If I would have made that flub on the radio, I would have done the same thing. Look, yeah, see, and he retorts it fine. I'm so focused on blah, 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 that's blah, 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 blah.
I'm so focused on beating Putin. Okay.
All right.
Do you ever mistake your dog or cat for your child?
No, I never do that.
I do that all the time. I invert my middle child's name with the dog's name all the time. I
flip my son Deacon's name with my brother's name. When I'll start talking about my brother, vice versa. But my grandmother, I had like 19, 30, I don't remember, 30 cousins. I have so many cousins on one side of my family. My grandmother would always be like, Brian, I'd be like, Andy, Grandma. And she'd be like, I know your name.
Dude, I only have 2 kids, and you'd think I haven't done that 100 times?
I know.
Lily, Jill, Lily. Hey, either one of you, both of you, stop doing that.
Have you seen it popped back up last night? It's weird. It popped back up last night, but have you seen the video of the dad who's got the twins? And he's like telling the one twin in the kitchen, and he's like, Harper, come here. And then the other little bitty baby twin comes back in, and she goes, no, Daddy, Hoppa, Daddy. And he goes, you're Harper? She goes, Hoppa. And he goes, oh, Ashley, come back. Whatever the other one's name was. It was cute.
I haven't seen that. That's pretty good. This is Zelensky's face at the moment where
that's Putin. That's Putin.
Oh,
that's
I'm sorry. At the moment that he was called Putin by Biden, this is his face. He's like, whatever, just write the check. Just give me the money. I don't care what you call me.
Can you imagine what went through his mind at that moment?
Oh, yeah. I'm too like, how did this doddering puppet, we all know. I mean, look, there's probably no bigger fan in the world of Joe Biden than Vladimir Zelensky. It's like an ATM machine.
I've got one that's going to make you just cackle. Get ready for a JJ cackle.
Oh, here we go.
Watch right here.
That's Blinken.
Hey. Did you say Abe Lincoln? I've got to do that joke every time. And then watch this guy who leans forward. This guy in the center he's very, stoic. He looks like Andre Brower is who he really kind of looks like there. So watch this. Just watch. It's short. It's about 15 seconds.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president till I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there. Number one. The fact is that the consideration...
We're getting that double audio.
Oh, you're getting double audio?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just me. Oh, that's because I have the clip running over here too, somehow at the same time. Yeah. So
watch Blinken's eyes. This guy brings his hand up. He's obviously younger, and he
like,
brings
oh
his
my
hand up.
God,
Yeah,
don't
which is
do
a
that.
bad. That's you covering your mouth. That's all a big. He lowers his eyes. He pretty much stays still, but he is affected. You can see how she is like a mannequin right here, and I really can't make him. But watch it again.
Vice President Trump to be vice president.
Oh, hey, pause it.
Oh,
Pause it.
she did look down.
Okay, right here to the left of the screen, just past the little rope thing or whatever, that's Karine Jean-Pierre's lips and nose, but I don't think she makes any face.
That's her hair. Oh, she looks down too. Look.
Yeah, she's like, let me just text the people in the back, let him know that Vice President
That's what she's
Trump
doing. She's texting. That's exactly what she's doing. She's texting.
The VP is actually Kamala Harris, Joe.
So it's funny you say that because what if there is a gaffe like that? What happens? Joe's got an earpiece, right? And he's being fed stuff. They all do. It's not just Joe Biden. They all do. Okay? I want you to watch this one now.
Oh, that we still have. Well, before you do that, is that which one are you
working on a conspiracy?
No, okay. So there's another angle of the Trump of the VP Trump one. You should play that first.
Okay. Which one is that?
Here, I got it right here. So here's the
pull that one up.
Face on of the VP Trump.
Earlier you misspoke in your opening answer. You referred to Vice
Oh no, this is the end of the conference. Go ahead and do yours. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is the end of the conference.
That's all right.
Yeah, play this one.
Okay. Just listen to him. It's 10 seconds.
I beg your pardon? And so Finland.
He's answering the person in his ear.
That does look like that. That does look like that.
I beg your pardon?
Now these are cheap fakes, right? This is not fair that we have only 10 seconds of video without all the context. These could be cheap fakes.
Right. And to be honest, I know you're making kind of a half-hearted joke, but that's we've always been serious about that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think there's another concern. Another concern. If we have all of these flubs, what happens when something is said that is accurate and maybe even damning?
That's a good point.
Is it just going to be, oh, that was a flub? He didn't mean that.
That's a good point.
I mean,
what happens if you go to sit through this press conference and if you actually watch it, and I encourage everybody to go and sit and watch your president talk for an hour, and then you're going to listen and you'll be like, what's he saying? And then you're going to fill in what you think he's saying. Then go get the transcript of what he actually says and be forewarned. The transcript provided by the White House will probably be what he intended to say rather than what he literally said. So, I mean, if you read the transcript of this thing, you'd be like, there's no complete sentences. It's fragments. It's all parts of sentences. Anytime he gets lost, he starts going into, well, the idea of that I would, do something about. He starts with the idea phrase, or he goes to that we are a United States of America. We can do anything. He has these like pre-recorded like little bits
called
of
crutches.
Yeah,
crutches is what we call them in radio, and it's just stuff that that you can. It's like an autopilot.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's an autopilot statement that I can go into to kind of reset my brain and reset the direction that I'm going.
Yeah. It's just like if you're talking to somebody,
if
you're talking to somebody and they ask you a question and you don't have the answer and you don't want to tell the truth, you got to think of a lie. You might say something like, well, what was the question again? Can you repeat the question?
There's all kinds of ways. Yeah.
It's just like that. But his brain, enfeebled brain, as
Can you repeat the question? That is one. Let me give you a from a 30-year DJ. This is a tip to you if you ever call into a radio station. If you call in and they answer and you say something and they go, "Can you say that again?" If they want you to repeat it, you're now being recorded.
Yes, that's good. All right. So here's the Here's the clip from the end of the press conference. And bear in mind, he had just called President Zelensky Putin, and he had just named President Trump as Vice President Trump. Two different incidents, but all prior to this. So by the end of the hour, it's not even been days. It's been less than an hour or so. Donald Trump, the RNC research, people on Twitter everywhere had started posting memes of Donald Trump's body with Kamala's face pasted on, or the other way around, Kamala Harris's body with Donald Trump's grinning face pasted on. Memes had started circulating and flying on Twitter. If you go on Twitter and you see a hilarious Biden-Harris 2024, or no, Biden-Trump 2024, it's talking about this press conference. Okay. This is before an hour is even up.
As Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory. How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
Listen to him.
This concludes tonight's press conference. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
Donald Trump is actively making fun of what you just said. How do you combat your age and that? Listen to him. What? What are you saying, Joe?
Play it again. I had to.
Absolutely. I'll play it again. Oh, I get it. That's the display.
Respectfully, earlier you misspoke in your opening answer. You referred to Vice President Harris as Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory. How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
Listen to him.
This concludes tonight's press conference. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
And he walks out. He walks out on the weirdest, most awkward thing. And let's go over here to Twitter. This is the kind of stuff that was flying last night. A beautiful picture of Vice President Trump and President Putin. Right.
Wait a minute. Before you get to the jokes, I want to analyze that real quick. I just want to analyze that real quick.
Sure. All right.
What did he mean by listen to him? He said, listen to him.
Yeah. Listen
and as before the of the M on him got out of his mouth, OKJP was like, this is it. We're wrapping it up. Everybody see y'all later. We are done.
Sure. Listen to his handlers. Shut it down.
What was his intention by those three words? Did he not understand what the man was, what the reporter was asking? It had to have been. That has to be the most logical thing, is that he did not comprehend what the reporter was asking. Or hear or misheard. Right.
Let's play it again.
Earlier you misspoke in your opening answer. You referred to Vice President Harris as Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory.
Okay, so at that moment, he understood the question. You're being made fun of, and whenever he is basically attacked, his go-to is that shit-eating grin, and then he turns around and gets aggressive. That's usually his play, because he's weak and he postures as strong because he's a weak person. So he understood the question as the reporter finished it.
How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
Listen to him.
How do you combat that criticism of tonight? Listen to him. Do you think he meant don't listen to him? What? I'm trying to.
He could be trying to mock the reporter.
I don't see that. I mean, I don't see how he could be. This is the thing about Biden. Anytime he says anything, usually his White House does come back and explain what he said, or
no, they don't. They don't. When now the reporters are getting a little balls and they're asking some questions and stuff, and she's shutting them down and going back to this. I see every one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have to interpret what he says, because what he says doesn't actually make sense. True and honest shamata pressure. Batakath care. I mean, this is literally not even fumbling words, and you're like, what are you talking about? Listen to the guy is making fun of you. Listen to him.
Wait a minute.
What does that
I
mean?
feel the media is definitely turning on Biden, which is
because
interesting.
because it's become so evident. It's so evident to normal people now that they can't even lie about it, because they have been lying. In fact, there's I'm sorry if I spoke over you. I saw this morning. Let me see. Is it here?
We have an age minimum. We need an age maximum.
I agree.
Look at this. Chuck Todd, Meet the Press. This is no conservative. This is no Republican. Chuck Todd says Biden's cognitive decline has been an open secret for years. If it's been an open secret for years, and so you knew and didn't tell anybody, well, what does that mean, journalist? What does that mean? Why wouldn't your entire job is to present the public with facts and truth? If you know some facts and some truth and you're not telling anyone, are you a journalist, or are you an operative for some, cabal of people that want to maintain political power?
I got one more Joe Biden slip of the tongue here.
I think it's the one by Dom.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just going to play this for you.
I gotta say, ever since the tunnel in New York thing, I have had less trust of Dom. I still think he probably is. I just kind of feel he's a little grifty. That's all.
I watched that whole 30, 45-minute long thing that he did on that. It was interesting. I mean, it wasn't a eye-opening expose on but it was very interesting on certain parts of it. Yeah. All right.
I'm not saying he doesn't tell the truth. I'm just saying I don't trust
Well, this is straight up a clip from this.
Right. For
12
sure.
seconds. Listen to what he says.
I'm following the advice of my commander-in-chief, the chief of staff of the military, as well as the Secretary of Defense and our intelligence people.
So, hardcore conspiracy people will say, let's rewind it.
I'm following the advice of my commander-in-chief.
Oh my God, he said he's following the advice of his commander-in-chief. Who's his commander-in-chief? And I completely believe this guy's just a puppet, but we're trying to be logical here today. Well, listen to how he stumbles and corrects himself.
Commander-in-chief.
He's reading, first of all. All right. He's looking in the exact same spot. He's reading. Yeah. He's looking at the prompter. The prompter's up.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to check that. Go ahead.
Chief of staff of the military as well.
He meant to say chief of staff of the military. Chief. I think he probably got that one wrong.
Following the advice.
That's another flub.
Commander-in-chief, the chief of staff.
Stumbling for the word. I got a story on that coming up.
I honestly, I'm going to check and see if I can see a teleprompter, because otherwise I would assume that he is making eye contact with the journalist who had asked a question. And I'm going to be gracious and say, yeah, he said.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, I guess maybe. But I would guarantee you there's a 99% of the time when they're talking, they have a teleprompter in front of them. You don't see it. It's a clear plastic that it's clear.
Right.
You can't see the letters from your side, but they can see it from their side.
Oh yeah. Very often they have those things. So, are we done with the clips? Because we're not done with him, but we're done with the clips. Yeah.
I guess so.
So it looks like let's say here we have from groundnews.com, which is one of the better places to get news, folks. I know that it's hard to get news that you're like, is this true? Is this not true? The thing about ground news is that it basically tracks the same story across a bunch of different sources. And then you can see from the way they rewrite the headline that they're framing it this way, they're framing it that way. It's actually it's a pretty cool site. I'd recommend everybody use ground news. Don't trust them, but recommend that you use it. More Democrats call on Biden to withdraw from race after this press conference. This press conference was supposed to ease tensions, allow the Democrats to regain some confidence in Joe Biden's mental acuity. And instead, you have more Rep. Jim Himes, who I believe he is on the security committee or something like that. As soon as the press in was over, he was like, no, Biden should quit. So let's see here. We'll pick the Hill's left leaning, but not unfair. 3 more House Democrats called on President Biden to withdraw from the race after Thursday night's key press conference, a troubling sign. So you have Rep. Jim Himes, Scott Peters, and Eric Sorensen said that Biden should step aside minutes after he concluded his roughly hour-long press conference, arguing he is not the strongest candidate to defeat candidate Trump. So I have a question for you guys, and I thought maybe we could make a game of this, but I haven't organized the game yet. Here's the game. Who is the last Democrat to support Joe Biden? Because they're basically going to fall off. They're going to one at a time. He's going to lose Democrats, but he's still got Nancy Pelosi. He's still got Chuck Schumer.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris will be the last one.
I don't know. I see
so.
her as jumping ship like some of the first ones, to be honest.
Yeah, well, so she has her own problem, because if she knows that Joe Biden is completely impaired and yet did not exercise her 25th Amendment power to replace him, then she operated for months or years knowing he was incapacitated and didn't do her job. That's a big problem for her. But she's also really dumb. And I think that's pretty evident. Word salad lady. So I don't know. She might be the last to go, though. Because if Joe Biden is replaced by the DNC, I do not think that Kamala Harris is their top pick. But maybe she will be. I don't know. Well, who knows what they're going to do? So
yeah, it's important
Democrats
to remember
be
that
falling off.
The vice president is selected not by the committee, but by the president. So,
right.
Yeah,
yes.
the DNC does not have to select her.
Correct.
Right.
They do not have
They
to
didn't
select
select
her.
her in
And
the
if
first
they
place.
and if they do not select her, there's no chance that the next president candidate will also pick her as the VP. She's almost worse than Biden in popularity. So I thought that was interesting. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could do like a little game of some kind where we have like a little list of all the Democrats and then we scratch them off as they pledge to anybody but Biden. Okay.
Democrat bingo.
Well, yeah. Democrat bingo. That's a great idea, actually. All right. Let's see. Let's do let me throw that away. Then get rid of that. We got any more political stuff? Yeah, we got some more political stuff. You had this Thomas Massey one. Yeah, I think Thomas Massey's. Yeah, okay. His wife died recently, and he's really going through like a rough time. And at the same time, he is still out there kind of fighting for his constituents and for a lot of people that are basically
he's from over here in my neck of the woods in Kentucky.
Yeah. Here's Thomas Massey.
Congress has paid over $17 million in hush money for sexual misconduct inside of the offices in these buildings. And what's more is that was taxpayer money, right? The allegation is that President Trump paid $130,000 of his own money. But here in Congress, there may be some on this dais. I mean, I'm for turning loose all of these records. Who in here has had the taxpayer pay for their sexual misconduct charges the hush money?
Can we get a raise of hands, please?
There may be.
Can you guys raise your hands if you've had some? Anybody here? No? Was any of you involved in that butt stuff video that was out last year? No?
Some over here. I don't know, but I do know it's taxpayer money, and I do know not a single penny of it has been turned in as a campaign finance expense.
That's true.
Is the FEC going to investigate the $17 million that the Congress has paid to settle, behind closed doors these sexual misconduct allegations?
Oh my God! Get him, Thomas. Get him.
That's just making enemies, isn't it?
Hey, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Leave a comment down below or in the chat right now. All right. Oh man. Deke. All right. Yes. I'm not on the shoulders train for the perhaps future Mrs. President, but I know that You might be. Do you want to play your other little video there you got by Nicola?
Let me pull it up. I was trying to fix this thing here. I'm sorry. From Nicola. Where at?
You had it in there.
What's it about? Oh. No. We won't. No. Do you want to? Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it.
No.
I haven't seen it.
I threw it up there, but no. It's a completely left curve now. It's a completely curveball now. So let's move on. I did have one more thing that this is kind of interesting, and I'm glad Dave's here today to give me his interpretation of this. Oh, are you going to show these stupid memes?
I just thought it was good.
That's a good one right there.
That's so good. All right, go on.
Goodness gracious.
I'm done.
Do you guys remember the statue that was for the late Justice Ginsburg, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and that statue? It's near you. It's near the University of Houston.
Yes. Have
you seen this?
I've only seen what we've seen on the show. I haven't.
Oh, okay, you didn't make a pilgrimage. You didn't make a pilgrimage with the family down there to the statue that promotes abortion.
No.
With your picture made with it.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, the statue is called the Witness. It is an 18-foot tall woman with a thick gold braids that resemble ram's horns and arms and legs that look like roots. Let me just show you a picture of what this statue.
So the Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Bader, piece of this is the coif around her neck. So that's Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the former justice on the Supreme Court, the late justice on the Supreme Court, always wore this white coif on her with her robe regalia. She's quite famous for. She had a bunch of them, I believe.
Yeah.
And so that's what that is on the statue. It's otherwise weird looking statue. Carry on.
Well, it recently has been beheaded, and there's no pictures of it here of it being beheaded.
Oh, we could find some pictures.
Why don't you try to find some pictures?
Yeah.
People, some people are now calling this to be investigated as a hate crime.
Hate crime's not real. I don't believe in it. It's just crime.
What is your interpretation of this statue, just Dave looking at it as a minister? Not knowing anything about this statue, if you were touring the city of Houston at the University of Houston and you came across this weird statue, what would your first interpretation as a minister be?
Kids, let's get on the other side of the road. It has very. First of all, I want to know what is being witnessed. I've got to ask those questions. Like, what are we doing here?
Right. Why is it called witness? Why is the hair?
It's not
absolutely ram's horns.
Right. It's ram's horns, not goat. And there's a difference in there. But there is some it's definitely rocking a certain pagan vibe.
I would really like to know what the arms coming back round, with all the tendrils. I would like to know what that means. What is that supposed to represent? And I don't want any of this. Art is subjective and it means what you want it to know. It's bull crap. I want to know what it means.
There was obviously some sort of intent here, right?
Yeah.
You can tell, like, normal humans don't have hair like this. Certainly Ruth did not have hair like this. This is meant to evoke the ram's horns. This is symbology. This has meaning, even if only to the artist, which means you cannot discount the idea that all the rest of this has some sort of meaning that you don't know. But this is obviously like pagan satanic stuff. The
skirt, that's all. Yes.
The vast majority of art is intentional. There is there is a whole brand of art or a whole genre of art that is incidental. But this is planned. This is intentional. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, I don't get a lot of art, but that doesn't mean whatever. Some of this crap that they're like, this sold for $14 million, and I'm like, I can do that.
Here's another shot of the thing, kind of let you see it.
Thing is accurate.
A wider shot here. So it had this hoop dress frame, sort of. Oh, sorry, this page instead. Had this hoop dress frame, and then within that, the body of this thing was kind of floating, and its feet became these tentacle things, and then its arms became the tentacle things too, which I can only assume means that the artist was not very good at fine detail and could not actually sculpt arms and feet.
No, I don't think that at all.
Just like Rob Liefeld can't draw feet. This artist,
Rob Love. This is the Rob Liefeld of sculptors.
No, it's not. There's not enough pockets.
Yeah, that's right. There's not enough couches.
Fun fact: do you know why women's clothes didn't have pockets for the longest time? Women still brag about this to this day. It's because witches would carry stuff, ingredients, hex bags in their pockets, and so if we eliminate the pockets, then we eliminate the witches.
That doesn't sound familiar, but that's very interesting.
That does sound like dumb man thinking right there.
I'm just telling you that. Yep.
We'll carry everything. It's fine.
They start carrying purses.
All right.
Ashley's got this one dress that she wears, and she loves it. She's always got her little hands in her pockets of the dress. She loves it because she's got pockets on the dress.
Yeah, if you ever want to do anything phenomenal for your wife, get her favorite outfit and put pockets in it.
That's true.
You will be.
Cassie, we have a deep question. How important is it for girls to have pockets in her?
They're optional. Pockets are bulky and they give you a different line on your hip. So if you have a bulky pocket, it makes you look chunky. Men like a smooth line.
No,
okay.
Not all men.
Tell me you don't like the
not all men, Deke says.
Smooth of the
hey now.
Naked body. I'm just saying.
All right.
You never complain.
My
wife don't need pockets at all, y'all.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, boom. That's funny. Hey, we had
we just lost viewers.
Talk about. Bye. Stay tuned for Internet Dads After Dark.
Yeah. Three geeky guys going to talk about.
Nope.
We'll actually see -4.
Yeah.
No, we did have one more story that Dave put up that I wanted Dave.
I'm bringing it up now. Here you go.
Okay.
Here you go. All right. So okay, this is close to the statue thing, kind of in realm. You know, the statue is some sort of a pagan idol of some sort. And here we have.
We're going to camp.
All right, tell the kids I said I love them. All right, here we go. Edna Lutheran Church recites the Sparkle Creed. Wow, I can't talk this morning. I got Bidenitis. Professes a belief in the non-binary God. This is the Sparkle Creed. I believe in the non-binary God whose pronouns are plural. I believe in Jesus Christ, their child, who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads, and who saw everyone as a sibling child of God. I believe in the rainbow spirit who shatters our image of white light and refracts it into a rainbow of gorgeous diversity. I believe in the church of everyday saints, as numerous, creative, and resilient as patches on the AIDS quilt, whose feet are grounded in mud and whose eyes gaze upon the stars in wonder, capital W there. I believe in the calling to each of us, and that love is love is love, so beloved, let us love. I believe in glorious God. Help my unbelief. Amen. All right, Dave, what's going on here?
All right, so a couple things here. First of all, God is always addressed in Scripture with masculine terms. Does not mean God is masculine. I'm going to say that it does, but that's not strong enough. When we first are introduced to God in the Old Testament, Elohim is the word that's used, and it is a singular plural. Like deer, or goose. No, geese is plural. There are words that are singular and plural at the same time, right? Deer is the only one that's coming to my mind right now, but I know that there are
Yeah,
several.
because El is Elohim. El is actually the name, but Elohim means, yeah, it means something else. I mean, that's, yeah, El, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. All the archangels have El in them.
So those things are accurate, but I don't know if it's accurate enough to make a theological stance on like this, or I'm sorry, a political statement like this, because that's what it is. It's a political statement. It's not a theological
This is
statement.
totally a political statement. Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest issue is, okay, this is a creed. And in the Christian church, we do not use creeds. We say no creed but Christ. There is nothing redemption related in this at all. There's no acknowledgement of sin, the fallenness, brokenness of mankind, and our need for a savior. Right. That is completely removed from tripe. And that's what this is. This is tripe. It's crap. It's so frustrating to me.
So this is derivative of this is highly derivative, but derivative of the Apostles' Creed, which is a synopsis of the fundamentals of salvation and the faith. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple lines that I think most of us would disagree with in the Apostles' Creed. And I think that comes down to bad translations, specifically that Jesus descended into hell. Jesus went to hell. If we look through like the whole judgment aspect of things, hell isn't open for business yet. Judgment hasn't happened yet. It's easy to say Jesus descended into death, Hades, which Hades is sometimes translated as hell. That I would be more agreeable to. But yeah, it's yeah. What are your thoughts, Deke?
I think y'all are right. I think this is completely political. And I want to tell you this. When you first started reading it, you got to about the beginning of the first paragraph. And I thought for about 3 or 4 seconds, which is a long time, that you were making a JJW joke and just inventing stuff off the top of your head that was ridiculous. Until I realized that you were really reading. I mean, I can't read that at all. Hang on, let me pull it up on. I guess I can pull it up right now.
There's a video of her reciting it, and you hear everybody in the church reciting it right along with her. That is irresponsible as an individual who's called to preach or teach the Bible. I mean, that's completely irresponsible.
I believe. Oh, wait a minute.
R.C. Sproul would be rolling in his grave.
I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't even like to say that. Who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads, and who saw everyone as a sibling. I thought you were making that up. I thought you were being jokey JJW there.
No, this is the actual
God the Father and Joseph. That's what she means by having 2 dads. But the Catholics would completely want to destroy this woman for disparaging and removing Mary from the equation.
Can we change the subject?
Tense. Hey, listeners out there, what do you think about the Sparkle Creed? Are you gonna adopt it for yourself?
Sparkle?
No judgment from me. I'm not in charge of that.
She goes on to quote Taylor Swift in her message a little bit later, and I'm just like, man, I don't have issues with Taylor Swift, but there are definitely. Well, I don't listen to her music, so I don't have issues.
Either. I don't either.
And I don't follow all the rabbit trails, but there have been stuff that I've seen that make me question.
This is
Can I ask why it's called Sparkle?
It was apparently
because it's a political statement.
It was started from a bad translation of the Apostles' Creed from somebody's iPhone. So and then they embellished it. Yeah. She read this. This woman is what's her name? Her name is Pastor Anna Helgen, and she's in some sort of a Lutheran church. The congregation led by Helgen proclaimed their belief in the Church of Everyday Saints as numerous, creative, and resilient, as patches on the AIDS quilt. And during the same service, she invoked lyrics from Taylor Swift's songs while praying over the Swifties who were attending the last week's concert. She is one of two pastors at Adena Community Lutheran Church, which says it is currently on a long-term journey to become an anti-racist congregation. They also endorse eco-faith and abortion, and they hold monthly anti-racism vigils. So if that sounds like something...
If you say you are on a journey to become anti-racist, then you are, my friend, racist. You are acknowledging that you are racist. So just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
being
anti-racism is
There's
just
no
regular
journey.
racism.
There's
in
no
a mirror.
journey. It's
Yeah.
stop.
Stop.
Quit being an asshole.
You don't need permission.
You don't. Yeah, it's not baby steps to not becoming a racist. It's just quit being a dick.
Yeah,
All right, I'm changing the subject.
please.
That's fine.
I'm going to show y'all
Listen to
something.
all my tabs.
No, I wanted to hear your comments on that because I was reading that the other day and I didn't read the creed. I just kind of looked over it and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
I do not have any problem with the Apostles' Creed, but I guess maybe it would be interesting at some point for you to tell me the things that you don't like about it.
Well, just that one line. Jesus descended into hell. That's a bad translation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, like
Into Hades. We'll talk about it later.
This is going to be the coolest thing that you people see all day. All right.
This is cool. This is wild.
This is the coolest thing that you'll see all day.
You ready to be?
Let me mute it or we'll get freaking copyright stricken.
Yeah.
Boom! Isn't that awesome?
So high. I mean, that's got to be 50 feet. It's got to be 50 feet.
Easy.
More, maybe
Easy.
more.
Oh, that's so awesome. Can you imagine
I think I would
the
want to do that though.
Look, I mean, you can see how far the chassis comes down from it right there, and boom!
Man, that would make your back hurt so much.
God Almighty, no kidding! I wouldn't be able to walk.
Ugh.
I can't
Dude,
even
when
ride.
I saw this the first time, do you know what I thought of immediately? I'm going to tell you what I thought of immediately. Do you remember in 1984? There's a TV show called Mask.
I love the Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
That car jumped, and in my mind, I was like, and now the wings come out the side.
Yeah. And it flies off. That's awesome. Look at that. That's
It
awesome.
needs to have the Dukes of Hazzard theme going though, not
just a good old boy. Yeah, and it needs to do like this. It needs to go like this. Well, them old Duke boys have got themselves in a heap of trouble now.
Hey, we just got a like. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's
Appreciate
awesome.
it so much.
I thought that was cool.
So what?
That's,
Guys.
that's the coolest thing.
Okay,
you'll
just
see
gonna
all
like
day.
to help you out. Hey, thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
So what? You get a star. That's the best I can do for you.
I'm going to
Appreciate
give you an extra internet
Bye.
dad point for that.
Yeah.
Don't tell everybody that I'm
Good for
giving
you.
these away, but you get an extra one
it.
today, and you can use however you want.
That good old boys clip would have been good on that. That is really good. We should do prep instead of just off the cuff
Instead of
stuff.
just going and having a phone call.
Yeah.
I've got one more.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
This
not
is
my
just
joke,
an
by
update.
the way. Oh.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI News.
Oh no, I clicked the button. I'm sorry.
Hang on. No, don't do that.
You got to do it. I'm
Here.
sorry. I messed it up.
Or you messed the video up. Hey, Charlie. That's Charlie down there.
Yeah, Charlie's in the corner. He's our buddy. He's our T800 news bot. Terminator news
Coffee,
bot.
too. He's been modified to drink coffee with the rest of us.
Yeah.
T842.
T842. You see this guy? You know this guy? Does he look
that's
familiar?
Neuralink dude.
Yeah, that's what's his name? Norbert? Noland. Noland Arbaugh is the first person to have the Neuralink implant. This guy was a diver and he had complications from coming back up or something while he was diving, and it left him without use from his shoulders down. So he had this Neuralink chip put into his brain. And what they have done is, here we can watch some of the video of him being able to use this Neuralink to move a mouse cursor. And as it's gone on, he's been able to play and beat his friends in like simple games and stuff like that. I think he's starting to play other games, but he was having some problems. And every time that the Neuralink has problems, the media goes crazy and is like, this is a bad thing. But I always looked at it like, at least Neuralink is like telling you, this is the first guy and this surgery was successful. And it will, the brain has to, regrow and do all this. And of course, there's going to be the last problem he had. They did not have enough of these fibers to translate with the brain stuff. So I think they've gone back in and added more of these fibers, and he's doing better. He's doing very well.
I heard him in an interview, and he basically has when he plays games with his friends or whatever. He says he basically has the equivalent of an aim bot in his head. So when he's playing these first-person shooters or whatever, he does not miss.
Because he looks right at it.
Not fair. Yeah, just look at it and it's dead.
The Neuralinks. Go ahead.
No, finish.
Just going to say, Neuralink's head of neurosurgery said in a live stream on X, in upcoming implants, our plan is to sculpt the surface of the skull very intentionally to minimize the gap under the implant. That will put it closer to the brain and eliminate some of the tension on the threads. So right now they just have that chip up there that's sitting there, and the threads are coming down, and they're noticing now with this first guy that, we've got tension and stuff like that. So if they actually sculpt the chip to the inside of the skull, it'll reduce the stress, the tension on the.
Fascinating.
That is the first Neuralink patient, and Elon said about at least this story is from 12 hours ago, that it will test the brain implant on the second patient in the next week or so. So in the next week or so, we'll have the next Neuralink. So some people on Twitter are asking, would Neuralink help Joe Biden? It's not joking. Like, help him be able to speak more correctly.
I'm not wasting it on Joe Biden.
Hold on.
If we're going to get Neuralink to work, we're going to get one of these freaking brave ass people that went over there and fought and got exploded and shit and come back over here, and we've pissed on them ever since. One of them is going to get the ability to do that stuff before brain dead Joe Biden.
I agree with you on merit.
He is.
However, in utility.
We lost JJ. Did you lose your?
No, I'm here. I'm right here.
I hear him.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those guys deserve it in merit.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear both of you.
I can hear. Yep.
Yeah. So while veterans deserve it on merit, the American public deserves Joe Biden to be repaired based on utility, right? Aren't we all better off if we have a really efficient Joe Biden? Yeah, you muting me, bro. Why are you muting me?
I got muted.
No, Deacon is. Deacon is toggling my mic. Okay, so anyway, but then that raises the question, Dave, what if the president of the United States had a Neuralink chip to cure something, whatever? Maybe it worked. And then we had, maybe it wasn't even the president, maybe it's an ambassador, maybe it's a general.
When Trump was president and he got COVID, he got beyond top-notch care.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that kind of comes with the presidency. You're getting beyond top-notch care. What's up, Deke? Are you back?
Can you hear us now?
I think I accidentally hit mute. Hang on. Yeah. I accidentally hit mute with my hand a minute ago.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out what the hell I did.
So I'm saying Biden because everybody knows Biden, and obviously Biden's brain dead. But what if it was an ambassador or a general or someone else? Maybe it isn't this experimental phase. Maybe it's 10 years in the future, and Neuralink has become more ubiquitous for solving certain mental, deficiencies or health problems or whatever. What if we live in a world in the next 25 years where Department of State employees, where NSA, where CIA, where FBI agents, where ambassadors, where figures in government have an electronic chip in their head for a good reason.
What
Can that
if
be exploited by our enemies?
This was a plot point to one of the Vorkosigan books, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. Essentially, the guy who's in charge of their secret service, he has this chip that is sabotaged. The chip allows him to remember everything crystal clear. He forgets nothing, and when that's sabotaged, like it nearly kills him. So I mean, while you might have advantages, you're also going to open yourself up to a whole new.
What if, like you said a minute ago, the guy with the Neuralink basically says he has an aimbot in his head everywhere he looks? Well, what if the Neuralink does that, but we also have it to where it can, muscle movement and stuff like that is right there in the brain as well? What if we refine it in 10 years to where it's like bam, 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 and you hit everything in the
rewires.
Yeah,
we only use 10% of our brain, right? What if 15 years from now?
I guess my question is, how long is it between the point where we have Neuralink tech science that is ubiquitous, and then the gap between Russians can hack Neuralink?
I don't think it's very long, to be honest with you. I don't think it's very long. We're talking a decade or two.
You do not need Neuralink to move a soldier's arm so that they hit their target or not hit a target. You only need Neuralink to move a congressman's finger 1 inch to the left so that he votes to send more money to Ukraine.
Bluetooth hack.
So
get a device and just do everybody all at once.
So our DNA modified Chinese super soldiers that are highly intelligent and highly like freaking muscular and agile and dexterous superhumans now have a Neuralink chip in them to give them aimbot. And could we also program the Neuralink chip to, like, when they have an injury, to like maybe accelerate healing the injury so that they also have an aimbot and God mode?
Biden's chip has been hacked by North Korea.
I can see.
I am on board with that.
We're joking around, but like in the very near future, this will have to be a concern. We will need to know which government employees have Neuralink.
But to me, it would be so easy
to pass a law that has to force them to disclose that. Otherwise, they won't, because things like HIPAA records, they don't let you ask things like that.
To me, it would be so easy to shut down or reprogram a majority of people that have a Neuralink. Somebody will figure out how to do it, or you'd have to walk around with aluminum or lead hats on all the damn time.
Oh my God, we could get to the point where aluminum foil hats actually have a practical
wait a minute. Look. All right. So the more Neuralink comes out and it becomes more popular, we need to get into the aluminum hat selling business.
Yes.
So that people won't hack your Neuralink hack proof hats. And we'll just take regular hats and like put some aluminum foil inside. We can get some kids to do it.
Faraday cage for your brain.
Yeah, that's how that's a perfect marketing line. Faraday cage for your brain. That's beautiful. We're going to be gajillionaires.
Sign up for our pre-launch something.
Don't none of you bastards steal our idea either.
And copyright, patent pending. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so grateful that you hang out with us during the week and drink coffee and read the news, so that we are all equally informed about the reality that we live in. And it's not fake. None of it's fake. It's all real.
It's just really a phone call.
We're going to show
It should have been a phone call between us three. A three-way call.
Jokes. Listen, it is a three-way call. Plus, we have some listeners. I was thinking that we should come up with a way for the frequent flyers around here to just dial in. I don't know what I can do other than, like, just join us. Wouldn't you guys would be cool with, like,
we could set up like a chat thing where they could chat live while we talk during the show?
Audio feed in. That'd be fun.
No, I mean, like, actually join us. This is another. I can do like 6 more.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about it. If you guys are interested in that, let us know. All right. What do you call a monster with a high IQ, guys?
I don't know.
Man. No clue.
No idea?
No.
Might be something like I can't get my.
I know he's looking for the damn boo button. It's not going to be that funny. Tell me the answer.
A Frank Einstein.
Oh, a Frank Einstein.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It was the delivery that ruined it.
Thank you. Most worst of all was my performance. Yeah,
that's why we let him go first, Dave. Hey, my brother is a handyman and a contractor and whatnot, and he recently went and worked for this woman, and she had a list of this stuff for him to do, this numbered list of stuff for him to do, and he said he'd done the stuff on the list, and he got home, and later on that night, she gave him a call, and she was really mad because he didn't do 2, 4, 6, and 8, and he tried to explain to her that he only done odd jobs, but she didn't really understand.
Nice.
Sorry.
So a question for you guys. Why do seagulls live by the sea?
I don't know why.
If they lived by the bay, they
would be bagels. Oh, I've heard that one before. Yes. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Get it right.
Missed you guys.
I did too.
Thanks for hanging out. Glad to see you guys, new guys. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hang out with us next week when we drink coffee and answer the world's problems right here for you live. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Rumble.com/internet dads.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth.
Holy moly.
For a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet dad show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I can wear big pants too. Mommy, wow! I'm